I got ripped off this week.
By what?
Yeah, by Little Caesars, I think.
For what? $5?
First of all,
you turn around and your hot and ready was gone.
this fraud is priceless, Taylor. There's no cash dollar amount that I could lay on this.
You're already a Little Caesars.
It would be $5.
Yeah,
it would be closer to 10 or so. I don't know.
Inflation proof.
Dollar reduced or something. So the problem is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 released, and they had these double XP tokens. So of course they partnered with some very healthy companies to get the young people who are going to be sitting there for dozens of hours playing their game, eating something good for them. So you got Little Caesars, you got Jack Link's beef jerky, and Mountain Dew.
Jack Link's isn't too bad of those three.
Well, the problem is that everybody goes into the stores and tears the codes off the Jack Links and takes them home or hawks them online for dollars.
Who would do this?
Everyone does that. And so I was going to be smart. I was like, let's DoorDash a couple Little Caesars hot and readies. All right. Get the Call of Duty pack. That's what it's called. Comes with 2 Mountain Dews. And their pizza is like split in half. One half pepperoni and the other half is just cheese sticks. They just turn the pizza into cheese sticks. And they sent you a big thing of marinara. I was so happy.
Revolutionary.
Got the codes right on the front of the box. And they've been stolen. Someone had stolen the codes when the DoorDash man arrived with my pizzas, and I happily scanned them in. They were stolen. And
were all the codes gone?
I mean, there's only 2.
And they were both gone. Do you think that driver was taking them?
I think that whoever's working at Little Caesars there's a stack of those boxes. You've probably seen them if you look behind the counter of a Pizza Hut, and he's just going through there getting them all, and nobody cares. And in the chat, they were like, "You should do something. Call them up." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, this will be the most hilarious, pathetic phone conversation ever." Excuse me, sir. My double XP token had been stolen off of my Little Caesars hot and readies. Yes, I am 36. Yeah, 36 years old. That's right. Yes.
No, officer, I don't think I'm overreacting.
Yeah, they weren't gonna have that. So, but luckily somebody else was kind enough to just give me
the pizza good?
XP. I actually tried the pizza and the cheese sticks, and they were both like way better than I thought they were gonna be.
There you go. Pretty solid day at the end, right?
It reminded me.
Who would have guessed that bread with cheese and sauce would be so good?
But low quality though. Little Caesars is like the bottom of the bin.
But you know what you're getting.
Maybe you're right.
I did. I'd never been there before.
Really? You'd never been to Little Caesars?
The fact that they keep those bitches cooked and like sitting there on the counter, I mean, that doesn't speak highly of the quality that's to be had at this establishment.
Not really.
Their food's laying around in the back, and they've got, they're hot and ready. That's not a plus.
No, you're right. It's not.
That's touche. Yeah.
But I mean, they're basically just taking the McDonald's and Burger King model, moving it to pizza.
Who is the best fast food pizza?
Fast food pizza?
Yeah.
Included in that's like Pizza Hut, Domino's,
right.
Papa John's.
Major chain. Maybe that would have been a better descriptor.
Yeah. Papa John's.
Papa John's used to be good.
Used to be the best.
They changed. They suck now.
Yeah, they got rid of Papa.
Man, Papa must have genuinely been in the factory, like, get that shitty pepperoni out of here. And then as soon as he left, they're just like, let the fucking shitty pepperoni through.
He was willy-nilly in those N-bombs out there, and they had to take him down a peg.
That's the price of good pizza, apparently.
That's the price of good pizza.
And I was willing to pay it.
I pay it every day.
I mean, I don't agree with the Chick-fil-A guy, and I still go there now and then.
Absolutely.
As a guy, I think it's more of an organization that all feel the same way. When you deal with Chick-fil-A, you're just like dealing with the Nazis. They got a whole organization there.
What if they genuinely had Adolph's fried chicken and it was to die for? Really?
Does it come with a little mustache?
If you want, instead of a crown, it comes with a little mustache. Yeah.
The frozen pizzas that I buy comes with a little mustache on the back that you like. It's like the cardboard's perforated, so there's this little thing that like goes in your nose like this, and then you've got like a little cardboard mustache. It's really fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, wear it
well for Adolph's fried chicken.
Yeah. Well, it's more of like a handlebar situation.
Honestly, I would say for the pizza thing, now that I'm thinking about it more, I don't know if I know Papa John's used to be better than it is now, for sure. But I think I might have some rose-tinted glasses for the past, solely because of that garlic butter sauce. That did a tremendous amount of heavy lifting for that dog shit quality pizza.
Do they not still have it?
No, they still do. But like,
well, it's
really the pizza. It's not really.
He's just saying now that he has a more mature palate that he might not grade it in the same way.
Now that I'm a grown up.
If you watched Dave Portnoy's, the Barstool Sports One Bite pizza reviews, he has his own pizza now. That or somebody is really ripping off his brand. It's called One Bite.
Is that any good?
It's really good. I bought it the other day. They're like $8, and they're good. Like $7.50 or something. They were the cheapest frozen pizza.
but it's the size of an hors d'oeuvre. It's just
no. It's it's a large pizza. It's $7.50, but I think it was the cheapest and the best of all the pizzas that I've tried that are frozen.
Honestly, was it Domino's or Pizza Hut that had that big ad campaign like 12 years ago that was like, "We're so sorry, we know it's bad." Was that Domino's?
That's brilliant.
Do you remember that?
No, but I love it.
I vaguely do remember that.
Our pizza used to suck. And you're like, whoa, you have my attention. What changes have you made?
They were good commercials. I remember watching those in like the late 2000s, and it was a guy being like, "I'm the CEO of Domino's, and I'm sorry," like because it was just dog shit quality pizza. You remember it used to taste like foam, and then they made it taste like real pizza. But then again, it's also not good. It's only good by point of comparison. Pizza Hut might take it. The Pizza Hut might actually.
Who's the one that does the cheese in the crust? Is that more than
Pizza
one?
Hut invented it.
Yeah.
They might be the best in my opinion. I usually order Papa John's just because I don't know any better, and they have that garlic butter. But the cheese I had that cheese in the crust a few years ago, and I still can't get past it.
Since I grew up playing baseball, like after every time you win, you get a pizza party. So those were held at Pizza Hut. Because Pizza Hut was like set up for that. They were smart. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're having a pizza party. Come on in, get a big table or whatever."
Oh yeah, you got your red translucent plastic cup.
Oh, those are so. Did you say that? And I can taste.
I can feel it in my hand.
Here's one. When you look at that tiny ice, the way it turns white on top. Like, why does it turn white? I don't know, but it's delicious.
It's not clean. Yeah,
that's probably it's filth. It's excrement. It's floating to the top. No, that was really good pizza, and I can still, when I ate that low quality pepperoni, I like pinched it off the pizza last night. I was like, that's just like the pepperoni from when I was a kid at Pizza Hut. It's that cheap. It's like when they cook the pizza hot enough to make the pepperoni like crisp up and curl up a little bit.
That's good. Yeah. I like that. I enjoy the low quality pepperoni.
What did you do after like when you played like hockey or whatever sports as a kid? Were there parties after wins, or was there a celebration of any kind?
Yeah, when I was very young playing roller hockey and ice hockey, we would go for chicken wings after we had a big win to a local chicken wing place. It was super fucking good. And I liked that more. I remember as a kid, like it being cemented in my mind that meat makes you big and strong. And a huge amount of that came from like a total misunderstanding. Like an adult told me once about like Mark McGuire eating a bunch of meat. And like seeing him and being like, God, like I need to eat a bunch of. I remember once literally sitting watching Mark McGuire play, and I was eating ribs that my grandma had made, and I was full, and I was like, I want to be like Mark McGuire. I have to keep eating these ribs, and so in the end,
did it work?
It didn't work. It didn't work. I just got fatter and slower and worse at baseball. But yeah, I had it in my head. And Mark McGuire was a big reason. I remember as a kid seeing his forearms on TV and being like,
yeah,
what? What? How? He must eat so much meat. I don't know where that got in my head.
So my favorite kind of pizza, if I'm just getting regular pizza, is supreme, because I like olives and green onions or green peppers and onions and all the shit that comes on a supreme pizza. My favorite pizza is Lou Malnati's deep dish Chicago pizza. I prefer Chicago style pizza to any other kind of pizza. Some people say it's not even,
and I'll never back down off that mountain.
So some people say that it's not real pizza. I go through the effort to order Lou Malnati's pizza delivered to my house, flash frozen from Chicago. Okay, that's what I have.
Turn that to the side so we can see a little girth. There we go.
Oh, this baby's thick.
Man, that looks like a lasagna tin.
It's thick as fuck. This is their pepperoni pizza. I got one of each kind. I got a veggie. I got a cheese, a pepperoni, and a sausage. And it shows up like this. They cook it for you that day. They flash freeze it, and then they overnight this bitch to my house. $25 a pizza plus 35 shipping and handling. It was not a cheap ordeal.
I wonder how they flash freeze it. That makes me like. Do they actually have cryogenic chambers in there?
Yes, they use liquid nitrogen just like Terminator 2, and then they send that shit right to my house.
That's what I freeze it, otherwise the capillaries burst or something.
So
the capillaries burst.
Yes, they use the same technology that Mr. Freeze uses in Batman to make this pizza for me.
Oh, we've got to get these pizzas out by tonight.
That's the worst version of Mr. Freeze, not the Schwarzenegger version. So,
My
Luminati.
sights have set a lot lower since being beaten by Batman again. Now I work at Luminati's Pizza, flash freezing things to get to Kyle. I can't believe this fucking Georgian guy pays $70 a pizza 3 times a week.
I order 4 at a time. That way it's cheaper. And so,
Yeah, you gotta be smart.
there's a back order on these things. It's essentially like 2 or 3 times what a normal pizza costs. But it's my favorite pizza, and I haven't had it in like 6 years. Like last time we were all in Chicago, I think was the last time I had Lou Malnati's pizza, or maybe even before, because I think we got Gino's East last time. I didn't want to go there, but everybody was like, yeah, Gino's is closer. I don't want to drive 40 minutes. All right, fine. We'll eat Gino's then. I don't get Lou Malnati's, I guess. So I had to eat Gino's, which is still a famous pizza. You can also order from the same website. I'm not going to plug them because they're not paying me to, but just saying, this is my favorite pizza. I like the sausage. The Italian sausage pizza from Lou Malnati's is my favorite pizza in the fucking world. I've been in New York. I've been in Manhattan and had everybody's like, yo, you gotta have this pizza and that pizza, and I've eaten their fucking like best New York slice and all that bullshit where you gotta like fold it with your hand and
Greasy as shit.
New York pizza's
It's
not
okay.
even good. I don't like that kind of pizza. It's real thin. It's real greasy. It's often mega hot. Burn yourself bad hot. And it's almost like they give you this like slimy piece of shit. And it's like, yeah, but we make low effort pizza. That's like the New York thing. I'm like, I don't know. Papa John's makes consistent pizza that is exactly what you expected when you ordered it.
You're in New York when you're paying $9 a slice and it's a piece of shit because that's what it is.
It's like, well, if
good.
you don't like this, then you don't like pizza. And it's like, no, I just feel like other people have perfected the pizza and you're still eyeballing it every week.
Yeah, as far as I guess meat lovers would be my favorite. Like I like hamburger, Italian sausage, pepperoni,
You're
Canadian
a meat lover.
bacon.
I don't like the Canadian
I love
bacon.
it. Well, actually, you're right. Canadian bacon isn't that good on there because it doesn't bite through the same way pepperoni does. If you eat a pepperoni pizza and you bite into the middle of a pepperoni on there, you're going to bite through the pepperoni, and the remaining pepperoni is going to be on the pizza for the next bite. You bite into Canadian bacon, you're pulling that whole piece off.
I wonder if Taylor is like judging this pre-sharp teeth. Like,
You're just mashing.
you know what? Like, there's no way teeth can penetrate ham. Like, that shit doesn't work.
That's so funny. What if I am? What if I'm just
You're like
totally
a fucking
not
understanding
understanding how normal people's teeth work? So yeah, I may have a predisposition to be biased against that. But as far as just a quick, I'm having a night in, I don't want to cook. Oh, I'm going to order a pizza. I almost
It
always.
was like, when you eat a hot dog and you just drag the whole wiener out.
Because, human teeth can't penetrate hot dogs. Everyone knows that, right?
That's
the worst.
That's fucking good. I'm just picturing myself eating like hot dog with all the toppings. And I drag the whole dog out, and it slaps on my chest. All the relish, mustard, and everything just gets all over the place. But the one I'll get for myself is I like pepperoni with double jalapenos on there, and so I'll get that.
Ooh.
Or Italian sausage, double jalapenos. Really, those are my 2 favorite kind of meats on pizza.
Yeah.
Pepperoni, Italian sausage. And so either of those 2 with a ton of jalapenos, a lot of the time thin crust.
I like banana peppers too.
I like that crispy ass thin crust or hand tossed.
Banana peppers are good.
Banana
like
peppers are great. I like those on sandwiches more than pizza.
I like thick pizza. So if I'm ordering like Pizza Hut or Papa John's, I'm gonna get the pan pizza, like the thickest one they've got, and I'm gonna get usually extra cheese. I love fucking cheese. I want a ton of it on there. I like putting a ton of like crushed red pepper on there to make it a little spicy, but I want pepperoni, jalapenos, and banana peppers. Those are my mouth is watering.
I love banana peppers on sandwiches, but I
like them on pizza, man.
On pizza, double up on the jalapenos. It's spicier.
I do both. I like the tang of the jalapeno peppers, and I like the bite of the jalapeno. I like it a lot, and I get them on sandwiches too. Like if I ever order like Subway or like a hoagie or whatever, some sort of hero sandwich, I definitely get banana peppers on there. I eat them by themselves. I love banana peppers.
Are all jalapeno peppers the same hotness?
No.
It depends on the amount of seeds that are still left in them. If they're or unseeded, then they're kind of fucking shitty. What you want are the fresh jalapeno slices that still have a bunch of seeds in them.
I've had jalapeno on pizza, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this, and I'm not like those other white guys. I can handle my spice. And then I go and I get a Vietnamese soup. It's called pho. It's spelled pho, but it's pronounced pho. And that you can like throw in your own peppers. They're sliced. And like I eat it, and it's served with a spoon, so you can't like have a half a bite or something. Like you're gonna eat a big pepper, and it's just like I'm coughing, my nose is running. They gave me an inch of napkins, and I'm running low. And I'm just like I'm a mess. It's like I've been
eyes just
pepper sprayed from this thing. And
I made burgers the other day, and what I did was I had a long jalapeno pepper, like 3 inches long, and I split it on one side. I cut the top off. It's got the stem. And then I flattened it out, and I scraped everything out of the middle, and I cooked it on a flat cast iron grill, and it's just the jalapeno flavor, but none of the heat. And I put that on top of the burger. Oh, it was incredible! It was so good. But the capsaicin is all in the seeds and in that like white bullshit like in the middle of the jalapeno pepper.
See, that white bullshit in the middle tastes gross. It's all like gristly. So what I do is I pull out just the white stuff, and I'll like take the seeds off the white stuff and put it back in the pepper. And so it has a ton of seeds.
I want to show up at this because there's circles. They give you the whole thing in the middle still. They just slice it, I guess, across. And you've got the entire center in there that you're eating. I want to show up with like a jalapeno disarmament tool, like just a little ring. Like I core that shit, toss it out, and eat the tasty part.
Yeah, I like the taste of jalapenos, but I don't always need all of that heat. It depends what I'm eating, obviously. With pizza, I don't care. I'd be okay with like a lot of heat with pizza because I'm drinking beer or soda or something with it anyway.
Certainly not water.
Never water. Dude, I drink no water. None at all.
Yeah, I don't drink much soda, but I do think soda and pizza are a thing together, right? If I was
soda and pizza, soda and beer, like any carbonated beverage goes great with it.
If I was
Somalier is wine.
Yeah, but I was going for the pizza equivalent. If I was if I was a pizza Somalian, then I would pair it with Coca-Cola.
I am a pizza Somalian. I cut off the pizza's clitoris, and this I enjoy.
That would be hilarious if like immigrants or like refugees or whatever are coming in, and they're like, "What's your occupation?" I am a Somalian. It's like, perfect. We needed someone like you at a high-scale Gordon Ramsay restaurant. It's just this Somalian guy in rags being like, and what do you recommend, Mahmood? He's like, I do not even know where I am.
Just to be clear, I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
I recommend you switch to the Muslim faith before I kill you and your wife.
You're having a terrible first day, Mahmood. What's wrong with you? One of them ordered pork on their pizza, and I could not stand for it. You beheaded 3 customers. But yeah, those are objectively the best pizza toppings. But there's so many more though, because I like supreme as long as you don't have olives on there. I'd like all those olives to be replaced with more mushrooms. Or Kyle, you hate like mushrooms on pizza, right?
I don't.
Or you hate mushrooms altogether?
No.
Maybe I'm getting you mixed up.
Yeah, I can eat all. The thing about pizza, like supreme pizza, is like I'm okay with a lot of stuff that I normally don't like on its own. I really like the mushrooms, the onions, the peppers, everything. There's nothing on pizza I don't care for. Pineapple's my least favorite thing. I've never had anchovies, but I'm always just like no anchovies.
They're just salty. That's it.
I downloaded Dave Portnoy's One Bite app the other day. It'll fucking pay.
I don't think I know about
it. So he's the One Bite pizza review guy, the Barstool Sports guy. And he's got a pizza app that'll show you like pizza scores in your area, like right around you, like it's a dating app, and it'll even like highlight the ones where he's given his own personal rating, and it's not just user generated. So it's a little bit like Rotten Tomatoes for pizza, with like geolocation. And so I got on there because I've been watching a bunch of his reviews lately. I don't know why. YouTube keeps feeding them to me, and so I was like, "Are there any good places in Atlanta?" And sure enough, there's one that was like 4. He gave it a really high rating, and I ate it. It was awful. It's fucking great. There was so much garlic that I think I ate one slice of this. It wasn't overly expensive, but it looked like it would be great if it weren't just piled high with minced garlic. And then I went and watched the review again, and he was complaining about the garlic. Fuck.
Well, you got to try again. Find a 5 or 10 out of 10.
Are you a pizza snob at all, or you just not give a fuck if somebody's ordering pizza? Do you even care where they order it from?
Not really. I'll eat whatever. Like I'll eat any pizza. I don't
see. I'm a snob about it. If I'm gonna eat pizza, then I want it to be really thin, and I want it to be as healthy as we can get it. Right? I usually do like just cheese. Usually, like I don't do toppings anymore.
Oh no, I'm going bananas. Like thickest bread. Like what?
Bananas.
I'm at least getting
hand. You want like a Detroit style pan thing?
Banana peppers aren't bad, but not as good as jalapenos.
I love toppings. I just don't want them on there. I want cheese on there. I want to taste the sauce, the cheese, and the bread. I want more of a pure experience. I'm in that kind of phase of my life. Not
Italian
anymore.
Sausage.
Done it to death. No more. No.
Pepperoni is so done to death. Please.
Yeah, cheese and sauce.
It's a classic for a reason.
Here's what I will do. Jalapenos.
Bitch of pizzas.
It is. There's a reason for it. Everybody. You go to a pizza party, they get cheese for people who are picky, and then pepperoni for normal people.
This is like arguing Big Macs are the height of burger cuisine. They're not. Just because they're popular doesn't make them good.
It doesn't have to be expensive to be good. You bougie fucks.
I just said vary it up a little bit.
If I do,
look at the chef's signature pizzas out there. Maybe you'll find something.
You guys enjoy your black truffle oil pizza. I'm gonna enjoy pepperoni like a red-blooded, like a high cholesterol American.
If I do get toppings, I'll get pineapple and jalapenos. I like that. It's like sweet and spicy. I'll do that. I like that a lot. Or I'll get like extra cheese and extra sauce. Like
I will do what I said.
Pineapple and jalapenos are pineapple and jalapeno is a good mix. You like
really
put
good,
it in your
really
mouth.
Good combo.
Like
imagine
hot
throw
and
some
sweet
chicken on that
thing.
too. Get a little protein.
You can throw some chicken in there.
I do look at the chef ones. Like they have their own combos that they suggest.
It's like the Tony Soprano. Yeah.
Now, I don't eat pizza really. It's probably been 3 years maybe since I've had a slice of pizza. It's just generally I like it, but as far as like how many calories are in a pizza, the risk reward isn't the right term, but like the like, calories to the joy, that ratio is not there for me, so I'm able to
you need a graph, right, where it's like calories on one side and pleasure on the other, and you're like, oh, this gradient is
below the
not working
line.
For me.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh no.
Yeah. Pizza will make you fat. Like seriously, pizza's just fucking fat and carbs. Carbs are sugar, fat. Right? So it's sugar and fat. That's what you're having.
It's great.
Yeah. Have trail mix if you want that.
And there's and the other thing, like there's so much sodium in there, like with all the meats, like the pepperoni. Like pepperoni is awful for you. As a kid, like I think I like things that tasted like really strong, like those sour candies and stuff. Yeah. And like one of my favorite things was those cheap ass little packages of pepperonis that you could buy at the grocery store. Like if those were in the fridge from like we would make a lot of pizzas as kids. Like it was like I don't know, we'd all make a little pizza or whatever. And I would wake up in the middle of the night, like 8-year-old me, 9-year-old me, and fucking eating those pepperonis.
Your go-to is really jalapeno and pineapple.
My go-to is cheese.
It's pretty.
My go-to is cheese. I want a thin crust, like it doesn't have to be this big floppy motherfucker. I want it to have some crunch. I like it to be a little blackened on the bottom. I like it to be crunchy. I like a tomato pie where there's not even the cheese is like under the tomato.
What you're laying out, Kyle. If I am going to sin, I'm not gonna sin a little. Right? I'm going to go fucking cocaine and whores into my pizza and get that cheesy crust. That's where it's at.
Yes, it's a high IQ maneuver. Like if you're going in, go
like, I'm going to cocaine and whores my pizza.
All right, so here's I like where you're heading with this, but the problem is if you're getting stuffed crust, then that means you're getting like fast food level pizza to begin with. So what I would recommend is getting like I like the thicker crust. If I don't care about calories, then what I like is a Detroit style or a Chicago style, like a thick, cakey, caramelized on the bottom, buttery pizza that's like somewhere between lasagna and actual pizza. But I'm actually gonna eat like slices of pizza. It's gonna be like thin crust with cheese. Just what I want.
Yeah. Wendigoon, if you have your druthers, it's jalapeno and pineapple, or what's your top?
I love how you're still hung up on this. It's great. I think I'm with Kyle that I normally just eat like cheese, maybe pepperoni or what have you. But my girlfriend put me on to jalapeno and pineapple pizza, and it's pretty good. So I am pretty consistently on that train. I know it sounds horrible. I said the same thing. I was like, get out of my house. What are you talking about? Then I tried it. I was like, this is a good vibe. It's a really good vibe.
Is when
I used to have pepperoni too, by the way.
Pizza guy, and then he found a girl that's jalapeno and pineapple. He's marrying up.
Yep. Trading up. That's how it works.
And I'm just a lower caste pizza eater. I can't use the same facilities as the pineapple people. I'm discriminated against for being low class. I did go through a phase for a long time, pepperoni and jalapeno, and that was my always go-to. Jalapeno is a slept-on topping. Very.
It's one of my favorites in everything.
Black olives are better than people say.
No, but I like olives. They have a really strong flavor, and I don't. Sometimes it's overpowering, even on like a supreme pizza where it's like peppers and onions and so much stuff, and I just taste olive. The only thing I totally really like olive on. Did you ever have those? Do you like Schlotzsky's, the little sandwich place?
I know one of those. It's
never they're like classic combo. Is this ham sandwich that has olive paste on it, which sounds disgusting, but it's like addictively good somehow. I remember my mom was in the hospital for something pretty serious. There was a surgery or maybe cancer or something at the time. And so a couple weeks were going by, and there was a Schlotzsky's like right next to the hospital that I would eat lunch to when I was like hanging out with her visiting. And I got addicted to those things when I was like 15 or 16. I was like, I want a Schlotzsky's near me so bad because it was just like olive paste. Why don't we know about this stuff? Essentially, the thing is that has anyone here ever been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Maybe.
Okay.
Many times.
I'm sure we're all familiar with the setup. You know, it's a children's pizza parlor with video games and shit. A big mouse mascot. I guess that what they've been doing is, you know, they bring a table, one of their enormous pizzas. Kids only eat like 30% of it. They take it in the back. They take another one that somebody ate 70% of, and they just stick them together and serve a whole new pizza made out of leftover pizza. It's kind of what you're always afraid of will happen to the breadsticks at Olive Garden. But you know, nobody's leaving the breadsticks behind, so it's safe, right?
That's actually part of the new Green Deal.
Yes, absolutely. It is part of the new
Quick aside, when I was in New Jersey working for QAD, I had coworkers that would put green beans inside the bread on the down low so that if they ever reuse the bread, they'd get busted.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's really smart.
So yeah, what Chuck E. Cheese has been doing,
beans handy.
what Chuck E. Cheese has been doing, and there's a few like pieces of evidence within this link here, is piecing back pizzas together from used pizzas off their tables at their restaurant. And I can't think of anything. Well, I can think of lots of things more disgusting, you know me, but this is pretty disgusting because, you know, it's you're taking your kids out for a fine Chuck E. Cheese dinner and they're being served some other family's pizza.
So Shane Dawson is the one that exposed this. I knew it was a big YouTuber, and he has some video proof that it's happened. Chuck E. Cheese says it's unequivocally false, that it doesn't happen. So I don't know where to take that. I don't want to think Shane Dawson completely faked the video. Maybe it doesn't happen in a widespread way, and make them both right. I don't know.
You can see a picture there of the pizzas that have been two different pizzas that have been reassembled. One of them they didn't even try because it's half cheese and half pepperoni. I mean, I know they do that. That's a service they offer. So I guess that's the deal. But still, it ain't even close. It looks.
Yeah, you can, even if let's set aside, well, actually, both of them. If you look at the half cheese, half pepperoni, you will see pepperoni sliced in half. Even the pepperoni side has been reassembled. Do you see what I'm seeing?
This is some
deep
terrible dive stuff.
Yeah, look at this pizza. Let me see if I can center it a little better for the viewers. There we go. If you see this, like some of these pepperonis are sliced. These pieces don't fit together properly. This is a reassembled pizza. Look at this pepperoni sliced and the other half of it not being on the other slice. we've got issues here. And then
That's true.
this one. What has happened here? Why are there like half pepperonis? Where's the match for this one, fellas?
I hope. How are they still in business anyway? How hasn't like
They
Dave
went
and
out of
Buster's put
business
them
in my
under?
area.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, they went out of business here. And the one Athens
by
is
Dave
gone.
and Buster's because Chuck E. Cheese targets an entirely different demographic.
Right.
Do
I'm
they
not sure
not?
that they're vulnerable to this type of slander. I mean,
If anything, Chuck E. Cheese and Dave and Buster's are glad the other one exists because that further solidifies the niche they have in
Exactly.
society. You know,
right. You can't go to us every day, so they got to have other options.
Exactly. I went to I went to maybe 6 years ago. I went to a Chuck E. Cheese because I was like,
So you were 21 at
Man.
this point?
yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday.
I was like, man, I want
dating?
some.
Checking out the singles.
I want some Chuck E. Cheese pizza because I just got it in my head. I'm like, man, God, that was such good pizza. I want some Chuck E. Cheese pizza. And so I went in and was like, I'll have a large pepperoni, and that's all. And she's like, okay, do you want tokens or anything? And I'm like, oh no, it's just me here, so no thanks. And so I just went and sat down at a table by myself and waited for my pizza, and then walked it
Jesus
back to where I
Christ.
was. And I only did that once because you
But it's
feel like
still
a
double
fucking
the time it took to get your next passport renewal.
yeah. You feel like a fucking creep.
Yeah, there's
sitting in,
9-year-olds playing skee ball around you.
You're like intentionally not looking around, like you're trying to look around and have memories. Like, oh, I remember fooling around in the ball pit and jumping around and holding my friends' heads under the balls and freaking them out. Oh, I remember playing the Jurassic Park game and in the shaky ground and everything. But you're not allowed to look around as an adult alone at Chuck E. Cheese. You got to keep eyes on the table, wait for that pizza, then you leave. And then I found out that it was only that good in memory because I was 7.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw where that was going.
It's not bad pizza.
I go to Wendy's and I get 2 grilled chicken sandwiches and I eat the meat with my bare hands. It burns my fingers when I do it.
I hate that.
I get 2 plain grilled chicken sandwiches and I'm reaching. I like open them and like shake everything out so it just falls loosely in the bag. And with my hands, I grab the chicken.
You're a
patties
better
and
man than I. I will be
Yeah.
like,
I
while
wouldn't do that.
driving, calories don't count.
I'm
I do the same thing. I will mow through a $2 only big bag of pork rinds driving anywhere. I love
Right?
those.
Yeah, people don't know the special rules around calories. Like during UFC fights, while driving, they don't even do anything.
Yeah.
Calories.
If you haven't eaten much all day, you can actually order a whole pizza at night and eat the whole thing, and it kind of just comes out in the wash.
Look, I co-sign that. I co-sign that. If you haven't eaten all day and your one meal is going to be like a whole pizza, let's say you're eating 2,200 calories of pizza, I have no problem with that at all. I
You know, there's a
doubt
world
processed it all.
champion jiu-jitsu guy who does that diet.
Pasta and pizza.
Yeah.
Really?
You're familiar with this guy?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
He looks super nerdy from the neck up, right? He's got big, thick glasses and he talks like Urkel. He's a white guy, but he talks like Urkel. And but from the neck down, you're like, oh, world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I see it. Yeah. That makes sense. Let's see if I can find his name.
I mean, Alex
He's a bit of an
Ovechkin,
anomaly.
Before every game, Alex Ovechkin eats a bunch of chicken parmesan and pasta. And if the greatest goal scorer in NHL history, if it's a meal fit for him, it's a meal fit for me. That's how I see it. Then he burns a bunch of calories by playing in the NHL, which I don't.
There's
Is
a
it this
baseball
guy,
player that would always
Mikey
eat chili dog.
Lucemi?
Yeah, that's the guy. I found.
himself
That's the exact picture I was hoping to give him. Yeah. So from the neck up, you know what? Even in this picture, at least on the left from the neck up, he looks like a nerd. On the right, like I kind of see it. Like there's an athlete there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think he
Bad
looks
boy.
nerdy. He just has glasses.
That's
Yeah,
all it
I
takes, man.
Yeah, I don't think he looks.
That's enough. Yeah.
Just,
What a nerd! That's how fun. That's the Clark Kent thing.
If you
Yeah,
heard him talk,
Clark,
like
you're such a
Urkel,
nerd. Oh my God, Superman.
It was like I think the glasses make him look more handsome and virile.
yeah. It
I
tells
bet he's
everyone around,
fertile.
this guy's got good genes with
I
eyesight.
can afford frames.
This guy can afford glasses. Wow. He's not walking
Which is
around
a thing
blind,
in America.
bumping into
Like, not
things.
every, I bet there's man, I bet there's definitely blind people walking around in other countries that would just need like a standard prescription, right? I saw that video the other day, and it was a black guy who was legally blind, and they put on this Geordie LaForge like mask from visor from the future type shit. It was huge, but it has cameras, I think, and it takes that and magnifies and blows it up right in his face so he can see shit. And he's seeing like his wife's face for the first time, which is risky. And like that went well, I guess. So he was like, let me see my mama's face. And he gets his phone out, like finds a picture of his mother. And then he was a big football fan. I guess he played fantasy football, but he'd never seen the game played. They like turned a football game on, and he's just like, what? Like watching football for the first time. It was cool as shit.
He's like, wait, this game has a ball?
There's a lot of guys out there.
He's like,
why are they kneeling at center field?
He's like, why are they?
Did you know the numbers were on the field the whole time?
He's shocked that it's mostly black guys out there. Tell me, run this shit.
You're telling me Demetrius Jackson is a black man? I don't know if that's a player, but it sounds like
I'm sure it is.
The other thing I would say about weight loss, and I don't know if you've ever got your testosterone levels checked, but as a man, that is like such a important thing to do, I think, between 35 and older for sure. Because if your levels have dropped to like, 200-300 or something like that, you're just not clicking on all cylinders. You're a V8 running on 5 cylinders or something. You could really be a better, happier person with a little testosterone in your life.
And it'll kickstart your weight loss.
I actually, people in your community were telling me, because I've been trying to get testosterone, because I did get checked and my levels are a little low, but my health insurance or whatever was like giving me the runaround. So
yeah, I sent you Derek's clinic. Did you?
Yeah, and I've been like busy because of like holiday stuff, but I need to actually reach out and that probably would have made this process a lot easier in my head. At least that's what I keep saying.
If they test you and you're like T is low, and then they juice you up to normal levels, like Kyle said before, I've never been on T, but I know from Kyle and friends I know, like they lose weight quickly, and it seems like they're eating a ton. They're also working out a lot, so it could. This and that.
I don't know that there's a direct correlation between the increased testosterone and fat loss, because fat doesn't just leave. You've got to get rid of it. That's the deal.
But it gives you more. I understand that there's energy that you get from having the right amount of testosterone. That you're going to hit the gym a little harder, and you're going to.
Well, I also abuse caffeine. I'm not afraid to just keep taking more. I'm taking a lot tonight. Like I'm drinking coffee after 3 pills of caffeine.
You're popping pills again. You're going down that rabbit hole.
So abusing caffeine makes you lose weight? Because
that's what all the.
That's how I lost weight. It's every workout. That's what pre-workout's about. Like, it's nice. There's 2 things that pre-workout do that I give a shit about. One of them is make you look vascular as fuck after to take pictures, and the other one is giving you an increased heart rate for burning calories during cardio. I don't give a shit about motivation. When people talk about, yeah, man, I get motivated when I'm not motivated. I don't want to lift the weight anymore. I didn't want to lift it to begin with. I either did want to, or I didn't want to. And caffeine's not going to change that fact. I don't get the motivation. So for me, it's using the caffeine so that lighter amounts of easier cardio burns the same amount of calories. That's where caffeine becomes magical, because I can get on an elliptical on caffeine and expend less energy, or feel like I am, and get a higher heart rate, keep it up for an hour, and burn my 400 calories a day. And it just,
or you could do you smoke cigarettes? You could take that up.
Nicotine. No, I'm not even joking. Derek was like, you can that's one of the things he was like, and nicotine works too for appetite suppressant. That's when I was vaping like crazy on that nicotine vape.
Yeah, you were just trying to get it down.
Covered cocaine yet?
Cocaine.
Adderall would be like the hardest.
Guys, I've seen the Saved by the Bell episode where Jesse gets addicted to caffeine pills, and frankly, you're scaring me with this talk.
Is that an episode of Saved by
That is an episode, because they couldn't do any real drugs because it was like TV standards, and they're like, I don't know, how we get addicted to caffeine pills.
Geeked up on caffeine pills. What an unpleasant person that would be to be around. Just not even the fun business ideas of cocaine.
they make big cheeses? Like
Did you
They
see?
do. Oh,
I thought that's why you were talking
Have you
about
not
it.
seen this?
You didn't see it?
Have you guys not
Are you
seen this
kidding me?
revolutionary?
No,
have
it
you
just
not?
came
Have you
out.
not
Level
seen
of
this?
excitement
It is
has me
so Zach, I need you to look up Taco Bell
Yep.
Cheez-It. So basically, they're making the what is it, the Mexican pizza or
Oh,
some
shit,
tostada or something like that. You can get it's apparently a Cheez-It that's about that big. Look at
Here it
this.
comes.
Look at
Yep.
this. Look at the size of that Cheez-It. And it's
Huge.
in there. And it's a partnership
That's the
with
Crunchwrap Supreme with the cheese in inside.
that's a Crunchwrap Supreme with the
Order one.
Cheez-It inside. And think about this. That's revolutionary. That's changing the fucking game.
We gotta
The
have
culinary landscape.
This is a way bigger deal than the Doritos Locos Tacos. Like, let's be serious about it for a sec. It's a much bigger deal.
It
Putting
is.
cheese in the crust was a bigger deal than this.
I don't know. I won't dignify that with a response, but this is the future of eating, friends. This is the future of eating.
What I saw on social media was that everybody was just trying to buy the fucking Cheez-Its, which is what I wanted, like Kyle said. Nobody wanted the rest of the taco with it. They just wanted to buy a big ass bag of huge cheese.
That's so funny
That's
you
what I
said that,
want.
Josh, because that was
I bet they
exactly
come
my
with
thought.
saltines.
Is someone tweeted at me and said, "Hey, if you order this, but say plain, they just give you a giant Cheez-It."
For like $4.
And so I was like, okay. But it turns out this is only offered in like a very specific group of stores.
Of course.
It's not like you can go out and just buy these, which is bullshit because you should be able to because this is
Yeah.
fucking America. And this is Joe Biden's America where you can't buy a Cheez-It of the girth requested. And that's part of Joe Biden's America is
I
not
think you
being
should
allowed
be
to
able
enjoy
bribe a
something.
Taco Bell employee. That would be my take on it.
That's probably what's going to
Yeah.
happen. Some black
Between
market
you and I-
giant Cheez-Its.
$20.50 for that sleeve. of-
I've never seen a Taco Bell employee that I didn't think was immediately beginning their parole.
All right, that's so funny you said that. When I
Yeah.
was looking for people to shoot with the pepper spray and the taser, and the video I did with Jeremy, where I ended up tattooing him. The first guy we hired was a Taco Bell employee who was taking the garbage out, and the reason that we couldn't use him, because he agreed for much less money than I gave Jeremy, was because the cop had literally tased him before in the line of duty. The cop I was borrowing the taser
It
off
was
of.
a rerun for that guy.
Yeah, it was gonna be a rerun for him.
He was
So
like,
no
"No,
good.
we're not doing
Yeah,
this."
my Taco Bell doesn't have those, or I would have actually seen if I could have finagled one of those giant Cheez-Its out of them.
That's
Yeah,
what I
I'd
want.
love
I
to
just
have
want
one of
the
those
Cheez-Its.
giant Cheez-Its. I'm worried about because part of what makes the
Imagine
Cheez-Its so endearing is the crunch, the
Crispiness?
crisp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want it fresh.
Yeah.
I bet they come in a big sleeve. You want a whole sleeve of those, and here's what you want to do: you want to put that thing on a sandwich.
Ooh,
Yes,
I like where you're going
you
with this.
do,
Perfect crunch.
and it's just a Cheez-It sandwich with a ton of prosciutto on it.
There's and cheese
Are
on
we
the
getting
cheese.
rid
Of
of the
course,
bread
there's
and cheese?
cheese. Of course, there's
What?
cheese.
Put it in a grilled cheese.
Should there be no bread? Should there just be just two Cheez-Its?
It'll fall apart.
Then you have to touch
No,
it.
there has to be
fall apart.
bread. We're making sandwiches.
What
It'll fall
about
apart
a
first.
cheesy flatbread that we wrap tightly?
Any amount of bread is good.
You
On
know,
what Woody said, did you guys see they just started putting, I don't know if they're doing this everywhere, they're putting pepperoni inside of stuffed crust pizza now. It's literally a
you
fucking
can't.
pizza in your
That's
pizza.
that's the
That's
most
a calzone.
convincing argument for NASA is they discovered that.
Wait,
Is
discovered what?
the NASA
Just
discovered
saying,
how
NASA
how to
invented
get pepperonis into the crust.
I was
You
wondering why it
it's
took
a
us
calzone.
Yeah,
That's a good point. I mean, it's basically like, calzone
no,
crust.
you're like the Apollo 6 mission. They figured that out. How to get the pepperonis into the crust.
I just was wondering, it's like a whole pizza inside of a pizza now. You get cheese and pepperoni inside of your, I mean, I guess
That's
there's
what
a little
When I
tomato
order
sauce.
the breadsticks. I
It's
order cheesy
tremendous.
breadsticks and then I dip it in the same fucking sauce. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is just an unassembled pizza.
It's
Yeah.
better though. It's so much better. I would rather have
Tastes better,
breadsticks than pizza. If I'm being honest, I would rather have like pizza
What?
Hut bread. Pizza Hut
pizza.
breadsticks.
You'd rather have a version of pizza with no meat and no cheese
I'm
that
sorry.
you dip in pizza sauce.
I'm sorry. there's
That's
something
insane.
About that. There's,
You should
no,
be killed in public.
You can get cheesy breadsticks.
Those are
Cheesy
cheesy
breadsticks. we win.
ingredients.
I like that Romano sprinkled garlicky nonsense on those greasy ass Pizza Hut
We all
breadsticks,
do.
and
So good.
I'm good with that. But the only thing better than that, and I almost never have gone to this level of degeneracy, it's that Papa John's liquid butter cup.
Oh
It's
my
that
God.
Papa
it's so
John's-
Oh
fucking
my
good,
God.
bro.
I've
Wow.
only
Shit is
had
so
that.
Wow.
I've only had
You're-
that 5
you're-
times in my life.
Wow,
maybe
so,
5
so
times
you're,
in my
you're
life.
ordering Papa John's and you're not dunking in that every bite. You're a
Oh
liar.
my fucking God.
That's the only sales
I
point
feel
of
so
Papa John's.
disgusting after the shit you take
Taylor's
after
right.
that. The shit you take after
right.
that.
It's the
is
only sales point.
lubricated. It's lubricated to the next
Papa
morning.
John's pizza.
It's that
greasiest
garlic butter we're
shit.
talking about, right?
Papa John's
Yeah,
pizza
that
is
garlic
dog
butter.
It
shit.
is amazing.
It is
the-
dog shit quality pizza that
But
is
it comes with the
absolutely
tub.
carried by garlic butter.
I don't dip it. Though. I don't. Dip
Garlic
Here's what
butter
I
is
do.
doing all the heavy lifting in that
Dude,
relationship.
the pizza is a pain in the ass to get to because all you want is the crust because all you want is a garlic butter
I
shovel.
drizzle the pizza with the garlic butter.
Go fuck
The whole
yourself.
pizza.
Sometimes I do that. I'm not gonna lie. I put garlic butter straight on the pizza, bro. I
You're
can't
not
wait.
dipping it?
I can't wait to get to the crust. I mean,
You've
I'm not
only
saying
been-
I don't dip the crust. I do that too. But first, I throw a little drizzle on that.
You know,
bitch,
I bet if
guys
you asked
are-
them for extra garlic butters, they give them to you.
Oh, they're 50 cents a piece. They'll load you the fuck
They
up.
sell them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 50
Yeah.
cents a piece.
50 cents
It's
I can get so
$5
many
if you
right
want
now.
10 more.
I have what they call the
You know what the reality? The reality of
assholes.
being an adult is that someone said this the other day. I can't remember. The reality of being an adult is I can order a fucking cake and they'll just bring that shit to me and nobody can do a goddamn thing about me sitting here and eating it with a fork. And the same thing
yeah.
is true with these Papa John's butters. I could order as many as the Papa John's near me has.
Oh yeah.
Stick a straw in it.
Being a grown up absolutely rules. Like being able to
I
just be
going
like,
back downhill.
you know what? I like this. I'm
For a
gonna
while,
buy
it goes
that.
great, and then
Yeah.
And then you-
Eventually, you knock
you,
on the door at 50, and you're like,
then you
"Oh
can-
yeah, I remember what I could do for
Ah,
a hamstring."
I mean, this is a real good 50 that you've worked out for yourself, though. Fit your
Dude,
head.
this
You got
I
all
had
your
on
hair.
a shirt
it's
that was
still
appropriate.
colored.
It fit me, and I had shrimp, and I dipped it in something, and I had a stain right there. So I quickly threw on another shirt before the show, and it looks like I raided my son's clothing rack or something.
I thought you were just busting out of that thing, Hulk. I thought you were just about
I thought you were-
to.
I thought you had a
No,
pump.
it's 'cause
Woody
Woody-
looking at me.
I thought
Woody-
you were just all
no,
pumped
don't-
up.
I thought he had a pump going.
Don't let
Like
Woody
gorilla
undersell this bullshit. Woody is jacked. He's yoked out of his mind. He's he is the healthiest looking 50-year-old man I've ever seen in my life.
PRs in the gym today.
Let me tell you this. There's the only better looking 50-year-old men are literally like celebrities. Like
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt.
Cruise.
Yeah, that's it.
no, stick with me here. Like just to be fair, Sylvester Stallone in
Very good.
what's your
I
favorite
guess
one?
I'd
where he
still have
goes,
sex with him.
Demolition Man. Remember Demolition Man with Sandra Bullock? He's 47. He's 47 in that one. He's all
Yeah,
ripped up.
It's
He's all
still
ripped up.
still pretty fuckable.
Give me Demolition Man, shirtless. Zach, look how ripped up he is on the side. Like his whole all of this.
His whole
in here.
oblique
Real low
area
body
is
fat.
ripped out
Obliques
of
were
its
torn.
arm.
Those
Yeah.
obliques are sick on Stallone. They always have been. Back in Rocky 3, when he
He
shows up
looked
all
amazing.
greasy, he's got that.
That
black
sounded
people
racist
on
against
it.
Italian people, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't care.
No,
for
he's been
that.
working with Apollo Creed. It wasn't Italian greasy anymore.
Hey,
He had that. Apollo
gabagool.
Creed.
That's not
Apollo
cool.
Apollo Creed got some of that black people hair grease like my cellmate had, and he rubbed
That
it
guy's
down.
47.
47. 47, and that's not a good.
Good
that's-
God.
Bicep vein.
If you keep
That
looking for
bicep
images,
vein is
there's
a
one.
roadmap.
There's one
Yeah.
where he's in kind of a superhero pose, and you can see his whole like side area, and it's so. I mean, you kind of see it here. Like his traps are nuts.
You know what's
His
wild
lats are
is
good.
you can tell from this picture that he has a speech impediment.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah.
He's got.
It looks like it does.
I think he's got like a paralyzed.
see what he's going for.
I think he's got like partial paralysis there on that nerve, and that's what gives him that distinctive look and
Why are his
pattern.
eyes so close together? He's one step away from being a cyborg.
Horrible
No.
depth perception.
What is
I
a
think I watched a
line
video of this
thing?
guy playing bass the other day.
I mean, he did want to be the Terminator.
A cyclops I was looking for.
What's in this
It was
in
like
this
a
scene?
possum.
Obviously, we can't see it on YouTube. What's his dick looking like in this scene?
You don't get to see any dick. Although I will say this a little behind the scenes. Look at his delts.
Bunch of fucking Puritan.
I
He's
just
starting
thought that he had
porn.
really good delts. So he was terrified filming the scene. He's sentenced to be frozen for like 80 years or whatever. And the scene where they put him in this little cube and start filling it up with water, he's really in this plastic fucking like thing filling up with water. And he was like, it was very unsafe. I was terrified the whole time. And it was the worst. I figured he was going to be like 20 minutes of my life. It was the worst 6 hours of his life. He was in.
Oh my god!
That's how
bro.
long it takes to film shit like that, because they must
Yeah.
have taken so many angles and so many takes of him like literally being drowned and then frozen alive. Like however they do the VFX for freezing, but he's really in there getting like in a thing getting filled with water.
That's
I don't
terrifying.
really like Stallone.
Christ.
I'm
I
not a
just
big
do-
Stallone fan, but I do like him in that movie. He shows a little personality.
Sometimes I assume everything is so fake that, it's Hollywood. It's all smoke and mirrors. And then you learn Tom Cruise really did hang outside of a plane. Tom Cruise really has become like a master skydiver and a race car driver. And Keanu Reeves can really operate weaponry. And he can do Brazilian jiu-jitsu and I think kung fu. And some of these guys that build actual
Tom Cruise is
Take their
just
craft
unreal with the shit he's willing to do. Like, he's not even one of my favorite actors or anything. I'm kind of indifferent to him as an actor. I didn't watch the Mission Impossible stuff, but like, it's insane how dedicated he is in any arena where it's like, you want to be a pilot, a fighter pilot? And he's like, yeah, I want to learn how to fly the plane. And they're like, you can just be an actor and not do that. And he's like, no, it'll be better if I can make the facial expressions and act while I'm doing it.
Sign me up.
100% right. Like he's
What
a
would have
master
happened
of
if
his
he was
craft.
Iron Man?
It would have been a better series. I would have watched the fucking
come on.
Marvel.
Robert Downey
series.
Jr. was really good and snarky.
Wait, Tom Cruise was almost Iron Man, or is that?
Yes.
that's like
I
hypothetical?
told the only reason he wasn't Iron Man is he wouldn't agree to wear a mask. He wanted his face visible all the time.
That sounds like an urban legend. Is he that arrogant? That sounds like somebody just calling him cocky.
Well, no, because like
I'm really
even
glad
if
that
he,
it's not
Unless he
if
didn't
he
like
was
the mask, or like it's uncomfortable, I
that
can
wouldn't
see
make sense, because even if it was like, oh, I the mask it's distracting from me. I'm Tom Cruise. It'd be like, well, but there's a million scenes of you without the mask. You just have to wear the mask when you're hiding from the public. Like that.
Right.
So that seems like absolute bullshit. I sincerely doubt that he said no because he would have to wear a mask. Like,
I mean,
come on.
I don't.
I can't picture it. I can't picture him being Iron Man.
Yeah, I've seen.
He probably would have killed it.
I've seen deep fakes of him as Iron Man. It would have been fine, I guess. But I think that Robert Downey Jr. has that snarky Tony Stark quality and personality. I don't remember. I mean, Tom Cruise can grow a pretty good beard too, but like the character traditionally has like the same facial hair that Robert Downey Jr. used to rock. It's
Like a soul patch and a mustache or something.
Yeah, like a little
goatee
like
kind of thing.
A
various
I
goatees.
Googled it. I want to jump in here. It's interesting to me. Tom Cruise was offered the role of Tony Stark, so he turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he turned it down because he wanted it to be special, and he basically just wanted more control than Marvel was willing to give them. And he said
He
no,
wanted to be
it
in a
wasn't-
real Iron Man suit, and they said no.
We're not making a real
I
Iron
have
Man.
to be able to make
Mom?
decisions and make the movie at best it can be, and it just didn't go that way. It was a control thing, and you
Yeah,
think
so
that
it's still
sounds
arrogance.
arrogant, but Tom Cruise makes good movies. So
Tom Cruise makes
maybe
Tom Cruise movies. He like those Mission
Proven
Impossible
successful.
movies. There is no like Fast and the Furious would love to be what Mission Impossible is. They might make more money. I don't even fucking know, but they are white trash Mission Impossible. Just so all y'all Fast and the Furious fans know that are watching like Fast 9 or whatever's about to come
Fast
out.
14.
That is the like chill, cool equivalent of like some Bubba Gump NASCAR redneck shit that y'all are into. That shit is so fucking tired and lame. Vin Diesel has always been mildly retarded.
Family.
And the whole thing is silly. They were stealing DVD players. That was the first caper in Fast and the Furious 1. Okay, now they're fucking flying.
Now they're saving the world.
Have they gone to space yet?